Hi, I'm Dr. Swati Pabbi, working as a consultant in the Department of Transfusion Medicine at Amrita Hospital, Faridabad. Blood donation is an act of kindness and is the most precious gift which we can give to humanity. However, there are some myths and misconceptions which prevent people from donating blood. So today, on the occasion of World Blood Donor Day, which is celebrated on 14th June every year, I take the opportunity first of all to thank all the voluntary blood donors who have been doing a great act by donating blood and saving so many precious lives, and also clarifying the myths and the misconceptions related to blood donation so that more people can come forward and donate blood. The most common question which we come across is, I may become weak after donating blood, or I may fall sick. However, this is not true. Healthy individuals don't fall sick or become weak after donating blood. On an average, an adult has 5 liters of blood in the body, and during blood collection, we only withdraw around 450 ml of blood, which the human body recovers within 24 to 48 hours. The red cell mass is recovered within 4 to 8 weeks, and the iron stores are replenished within 2 to 3 months. So it is completely safe. Secondly, the people are worried. They think that they might acquire some infection like HIV or hepatitis B during the blood donation. However, the needles and the bags which are used during the collection of blood are sterile and one-time use and are disposed of after every use. So the chance of acquiring infection is nil during the blood donation. Only young individuals can donate blood. Females should not donate blood. However, this is not true. According to the national guidelines, any fit individual in the age group of 18 to 65 can donate blood. A healthy male can donate blood every 3 months, and a healthy female can donate blood every 4 months. I am hypertensive and I am diabetic. I cannot donate blood, or should I donate blood? A hypertensive patient can donate blood provided the blood pressures are well monitored and controlled. According to the national guidelines, the systolic blood pressure should be in the range of 100 to 140 and the diastolic should be in the range of 60 to 90, and there should have been no change in the drug or in the type of the drug or in the dosage in the last 1 month. Diabetics who are not on insulin and the sugars are well controlled, they don't have any systemic complications of diabetes, can donate blood. I consume alcohol and I smoke. Can I donate blood? Yes, but you should have not consumed alcohol 24 hours before donation and should have not smoked 2 hours before blood donation. The other common misconception is that there is ample amount of blood in the blood bank. Why should I donate? However, this is not true. There is always a shortage of the blood. There is always some patient who is in dire need of the blood, and the blood cannot be reproduced artificially, or there are no artificial substitutes of blood. So one of us only has to donate blood to provide it to the patients. I have recently received a vaccine. Can I donate blood? Yes, you can donate blood. The guidelines have recommended a certain gap between the vaccination and the donation. So it is always better to consult the medical doctor at the blood bank. For example, if a person has received a rabies vaccine post animal bite, they can donate blood after 1 year of vaccination. So for every vaccine, there is a certain gap which needs to be followed. I'm on medications. I cannot donate blood. However, this is not true. Certain medications are permissible, and so for certain medication there needs to be a gap. So it is always better to consult the medical doctor at the blood bank. I am very busy and the blood donation is a time-consuming process. This is also not true. It only takes 1 hour for the whole blood donation, which includes the registration, the physical and the medical checkup, and the blood donation. So what matters is the willingness to donate. So I think we all should come forward for this noble cause and ensure that there is always safe and adequate blood supply for our patients. Thank you.
Never miss a medical update from Medical Dialogues. Like, subscribe, and press the bell icon.